On occasion, some consumers might detect very slight changes to the taste or smell of their water. These slight changes are noticed more often during periods of high demand, such as early morning and in the afternoon. As the water quality is monitored throughout its journey to your tap, there are very few occurrences where consumers will notice any change. However, from time to time, some consumers might detect a swimming pool or chlorine type smell. Chlorine is added at various points to disinfect the water and to ensure that the water supply remains safe to drink. If you believe there is a slightly higher than normal level of chlorine, there are a few things to bear in mind. Firstly, slight changes still mean that the water is safe to drink. If you are still worried, chlorine evaporates faster than water does. So leaving it in a jug in the fridge for a few hours will allow most of any excess to evaporate off. Fish, especially tropical ones, are especially vulnerable to chlorine. If you suspect that there's been a slight increase in chlorine, it's probably best not to change your fish tank water. When you do decide to change it, you should always leave the water in the tank for 24 to 48 hours, allowing the normal chlorine quantities to dissipate. Aeration of the water also increases the rate of dissipation. Some plants are also susceptible to chlorine, such as avocado, stone fruits and grapevines. However, most plants are tolerant to it, and in fact plants that have deficiencies of chlorine in the topsoil can suffer because of it. For the most part, house plants will be able to tolerate changes in the levels of chlorine, so if you detect higher than normal levels, it should still be safe to water your non-sensitive plants. If you can taste or smell a TCP-like or medicinal property in your water, this is most likely due to the internal plumbing in your house. Common causes are when chlorine reacts with rubber seals and gaskets in your internal plumbing, especially with ones that are not manufactured with an approved material. If the problem is noticeable in just your hot drinks, boil water in a clean saucepan. If the problem disappears, it's probably the rubber seal in the kettle that's degrading. Contact the kettle manufacturer for further information. If the problem is noticeable throughout your water supply, check with your neighbours to see if they're experiencing similar symptoms. If not, the problem may be with your internal stop tap. This may be especially prevalent if the stop tap has recently been operated to carry out work on the internal plumbing. A musty smell or stale taste from the taps is often when the internal pipework has been warmed or allowed to sit for extended periods of time. Flushing the taps through will often clear this up. If, however, you notice an oily or fuel-like smell, or if you witness an oily or fuel-like substance present in the water, report it to us immediately, as this could indicate a possible contaminant entering the pipeline or the degradation of a pipe. In cases such as these, we advise customers to drink bottled water until they have contacted us for assistance. If you would like to know more about any of the issues that could arise with your tap water, please choose one of the following options.